Hello again, grade 4. Welcome to term 4, week 3, and your first lesson of inquiry. Our learning intention today is to be able to investigate a significant world navigator in the late 18th century. Our success criteria: I can identify a significant world navigator. I can discuss the contributions a significant world navigator has made. So our question we're going to be looking at this week is, who discovered Australia? Well, Australia was already inhabited by Indigenous people, but Europeans didn't know that. So Captain James Cook is famous for being the explorer who claimed to discover Australia. But there were other Europeans who explored parts of Australia before him, and they were actually Dutch explorers. This week we will look at some of the explorers who mapped parts of Australia before Captain James Cook. This week we are going to look at Willem Janszoon and Dirk Hartog. So Willem Janszoon was born in 1570 and died in 1630. He's sometimes known as Willem Jans. He was a Dutch sea explorer from a country called Holland. He is the first European known to have seen the coast of Australia during his voyage of 1605 and 1606. So that's over 400 years ago. Willem Janszoon is also the first European to land in Australia at the Pennefather River on Cape York in North Queensland. So the Pennefather River is just here, and the part of Australia that it's found is at very far north Queensland. He landed here on 26th of February 1606 and mapped 320 kilometres of coastline. 10 of his men were killed by Aboriginal people. So he returned to Holland on his ship called, I'm not even going to try and pronounce this because it's a Dutch word. That's the name of his ship. He returned to Australia a second time in 1618, so that's 12 years later, and mapped parts of Western Australia. Our second explorer that we're looking at today is Dirk Hartog. He was born in 1580 and died in 1621. He is the second European person to land on Australia. He was a Dutch sailor and explorer. So Hartog and his crew accidentally came upon some small islands off the coast of Western Australia. They landed at one of the islands, which is now called Dirk Hartog Island. So here is Dirk Hartog Island, and that's where they were blown off course and accidentally found these islands. He was the first to land on the western coast of Australia. So that's the part of Australia that he mapped. So Hartog spent 3 days examining the coast and the islands. Before he left, he fixed a tin plate to a post known as the Hartog plate, where he scratched a record of his visit. So this is an image of Dirk Hartog attaching this tin or pewter plate onto a post. This is what it looks like today, for over 400 years later. Okay, here is our lesson plan. So you can read, that's the script that I pretty much wrote during the screencast. Your tasks for today, activity number 1, you need to answer these comprehension questions about Willem Janszoon. And there are 3 comprehension questions there. They're simply true or false answers. You can write them in your book and answer true or false, or you can use the teacher-made link that you will find on your lesson plan. So the second activity for you today is to complete the word search that's based on Dirk Hartog. Once again, you can print that out and complete that and upload it, or you can complete it on TeacherMade and submit it that way. I hope you enjoy this activity today.